Why do environmental errors only show in production? Imagine working on a software project for months, testing everything thoroughly, and then suddenly facing strange errors only when the software goes live. Why does that happen? Let's explore why environmental errors tend to appear solely in the production environment. First, production environments often have different configurations compared to development or testing setups. For example, databases might have different connection strings, or third-party services could be restricted or configured differently. These small differences can cause errors that never show up during testing because the setup isn't exactly the same. Second, production uses real user data, which is usually more complex and larger in volume than test data. This real data can reveal issues like data inconsistencies or edge cases that testing data simply doesn't cover. Plus, production handles actual user traffic, which means more simultaneous users and higher load. This can expose race conditions, deadlocks, or resource exhaustion issues that don't appear in the controlled environment of development or testing. Third, security measures are stricter in production. There are firewalls, encryption, and access controls that might block certain operations or trigger bugs that are hidden when security is relaxed during testing. These restrictions can make errors more visible only in the live environment. Fourth, the hardware and infrastructure in production often differ from development. Production might run on different servers, operating systems, or cloud services. These differences can cause subtle bugs like timing issues or network latency problems, which are not present in the development environment. Finally, maintaining an exact match between production and non-production environments is difficult and costly. Small differences in software versions, environment variables, or installed libraries can lead to errors unique to production. Even a tiny discrepancy can cause issues that never show up elsewhere. To handle these environmental errors, it helps to replicate production conditions as closely as possible in staging or pre-production environments. Automating environment setup reduces human error and configuration drift. Extensive logging and monitoring in production can help capture error details and reproduce issues faster. Using feature flags and gradual rollouts limits the impact of environmental errors and makes it easier to roll back changes if needed. Also, testing with realistic data that mimics production data helps catch issues early. Understanding why these errors only show in production helps you focus on environment-specific factors during debugging. It also encourages you to align your development and production environments more closely, making your software more reliable and reducing surprises when you go live.